Hello, we are NAE, Eric and Eduardo, and we are the 3E team. In this video we will show the progress of our EcoHeat shower project, developed in Seminar 2. Before we begin, we want to share a context that highlights the relevance of the opportunity we are addressing. Mexico is facing a serious water crisis, aggravated by factors such as climate change, overexploitation of aquifers, and insufficient infrastructure for water management. In 2024, 75% of the national territory will be affected by some level of drought, significantly impacting both urban and rural areas. In Mexican households with an average of 4 inhabitants, it is estimated that around 150 liters of water are wasted per day due to bad habits, such as leaving the water running while waiting in the shower or during activities such as washing dishes and clothes. According to the EPA, approximately 20% of the water used in a shower is wasted while user waits for it to reach the proper temperature. Since an average shower consumes about 65 liters of water, this 20% is equivalent to about 13 liters per shower. In a household of 4 people, this waste could add up to almost 19,000 liters of water per year. During Seminar 1 and based on the methodology described in the book on design and development by Ulrich and Eppinger, we were able to establish the mission statement of our product: modernization of the shower system for homes. For installation in the exposed pipe of the existing shower system, reduces the time of hot water output when the tap is opened at the start of the shower, reduces water consumption, and has an efficient, adjustable and comfortable flow. This description identifies the basic function of the product, avoiding implying a specific product concept, and which we see as a statement of the vision of what the product should. In addition to this, a series of interviews were conducted with our potential clients, which helped to establish a list of needs that served as the basis for this Seminar 2, in which we will address the product specifications. During this presentation, we will show you the path to generating the specifications of our product, the benchmarking, the search for that allowed us to establish the marginal and ideal values of our product, and we will close with the clarification of the problem as the initial part of the generation of concepts that will allow us to understand more about what we want our product to do. The final list of needs that emerged from the interviews conducted previously is presented. This list was corrected based on the teacher's comments, and a level of importance was placed after discussing it as a team. The process we carried out to generate metrics applicable to the aforementioned needs is presented. This was a process where research had to be done to determine what type of unit would be most appropriate for the metric. Creating this matrix is a key step that helped us ensure that each need is associated with a specific metric, allowing for effective monitoring. In the matrix, the relationship between need and metric is represented by a mark, X, which makes it easier to visualize how both elements are connected. It is worth noting that, in some cases, a metric can be associated with more than one need, reflecting the interdependence between the aspects evaluated. This approach not only optimizes measurement, but also provides greater flexibility and a broader understanding of the impact each metric has on meeting the established needs. The next step we took was the creation of the final list of metrics, where the need number was placed since there are metrics that apply to 2 needs. Likewise, it was very important to define the type of unit. For example, binary, liters, seconds, etc., so that the metrics were coherent. At this stage, we conducted research into existing products on the market that could be direct competition to our project. Therefore, we initially tried to avoid biases with in-depth research considering different features, functionalities, prices, etc. After this research, we selected the products that had the greatest amount of information to be able to evaluate their specifications versus our metrics, thus concluding with the selection of 6 products to perform the benchmarking. In this step we filled out the benchmarking table of the metrics with each of the selected products. Based on the product information, it is important to mention that in some metrics, we had to make some comparisons with similar products, since the internet pages do not have all the detailed information. This step helped us visualize the different specifications and characteristics of each product manufacturer compared to our generated metrics, which helped us better understand the market and what they offer to users. In this step we determine the competitive benchmarking in terms of the client's needs, interview process, and we use a scale from 1 is equal to a star to 5 is equal to 5 stars. So the more points obtained, the greater the satisfaction. In this evaluation, the needs previously established were considered and the objective determined how well the 6 selected products meet the needs that we detected in the interview process. What we were able to observe is that some of the products have a low level of satisfaction for some needs, which could be a point in favor of our product. So if we consider them, we could be a differentiator in the market. The spider chart was developed to visually express the differences between the 6 products and their fulfillment of needs. To generate this chart, we used the same scale that is used for competitive benchmarking in terms of customer needs. In the patent search process, we followed the instructions in the document that Dr. Weaver shared with us. First, we described the invention. Then we identified the relevant classifications. We reviewed the definitions of the classifications. Then we carried out the search, selection, review, referencing process using the CPC. We also carried search in Google Patents and ESPISnet. In the end, the team was able to obtain conclusions of the process. During our search, we found interesting innovations, from a bath with UV light so that anyone can use it, also water heating by thermal energy, dispersion systems that save water, recirculation systems to mix water, etc. All these searches, they were with the aim of reducing water waste during showering. It is important to mention that the team tried to avoid this. For this reason, our search was very extensive and broad, in order to find information that could be useful for the next steps in product development. In the search, we managed to identify a patent with the description of our problem. Avoid wasting cold water before hot water comes out. In this patent, we were able to identify good and bad points. And in the end, we want to avoid modifying the hot and cold water installations in homes. Carrying out the development of the process allowed us to identify opportunities to improve existing developments, avoid risks that we detect in the developed patents, protect our innovation, have a visualization of the issues that are being solved, and mainly give us an overview of how we can meet the needs of our clients. In the process of developing the target specifications, we reviewed the list of needs, the list of metrics, the need and metrics matrix, and the competitive benchmarking, in order to ensure that all the observations made by the teachers were corrected. In the target specifications process, we verify the relationship between metric and unit, with the objective of obtaining the marginal and ideal values, using the information from benchmarking, searches for other systems, regulations, available videos of existing products, the review of technical sheets and safety sheets, and with the information we have obtained throughout the process, we determine the marginal and ideal values. Once we obtained both values, we proceeded to justify each value, both marginal and ideal. This helped us make the selection of the values clearer. Finally, we evaluate each metric with a level of importance, in order to know which metrics are the ones we want to be the best at, the metrics we want to be among the leaders, those that the average performance is fine, and those that would not be so necessary that we could comply. At the end of the process, he gave us a vision of the metrics we must meet if we want to generate differentiation in the market. We have concluded with the specifications of our product considering the benchmarking and the patent search. This has allowed us to know what exists in the market and how much our product meets the needs of our users. In this first step of the concept generation, we will try to have a clearer understanding of the problem by breaking it down into subproblems that allow us to have a clearer vision of this. Dividing a problem into subproblems or simpler parts is called decomposition, and today we present 3 schemes in which our problem can be broken down. Functional decomposition, decomposition by user sequence, decomposition by key user needs. To carry out this step, it was essential to define our area of analysis and to comprehensively understand the main problem related to water waste. The following diagram illustrates the path of hot water from the heater to the shower head, showing how, at the beginning of the process, a section of the pipe contains cold water before reaching the desired temperature. Following the methodology, this black box is shown, which represents the general function of the product and operates in material flows, energy and signals. This represents that the system accepts human energy and other energy, cold water and hot water, and a control signal. At the output, transformed energy, water at the desired temperature, and a visual status as feedback. At the end, it is expected that there will be water remaining in the system. Functional decomposition is dividing the black box into subfunctions to create a more specific description of the product elements and their function within the system. For our case, distributing the cold water coming from the hot water line mixing the water correctly to have the desired temperature, and exporting the remaining water from the system when the shower activity is finished are functions that are of interest and that we consider critical to solve. From the decomposition by user sequence we highlight as a critical subproblem, the adjustment that the system must make to achieve the desired temperature, and interrupt the flow and deactivate the system by emptying the remaining water from the system. Finally, and as expected, the breakdown by key needs showed that the critical need we must focus on is minimizing water consumption by reaching the desired temperature. The benefits of functional decomposition are: visualize the entire product by breaking it down into smaller functions. You get a clear perspective of all the parts that make it up. More efficient design. It allows you to design and develop each function independently. Prioritize functionalities. You identify the most important functions associated with the client's needs. Logic in the user sequence. Look for the subsystems to interact with each other following a logical sequence that reflects the user's use of the system. Improve maintainability. By being well structured, the product is easier to update and maintain by identifying key spare parts. Functional decomposition is a valuable technique for any product development project. By understanding the user's needs and breaking down the system into smaller functions, a clearer, more efficient and maintainable design is obtained. At this point in the seminar we have product specifications with acceptable marginal values and in line with the needs of our clients and the products existing in the market. We have a broader overview of patented solutions and a clearer understanding of the problem that our product must solve. With these new findings we intend to move on to Seminar 3 and do a good job in concept generation phase, always with an open mind to the search for new solutions. We greatly value the learning and guidance provided by the professors. Thank you.